What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Game Freak. Today we are going to talk about the 10 best-selling games of the year that everyone thought computers were going to crash. Some like crazies thought the end of the world was coming, and that year was the year 2000. Now this year, the year 2000, it wasn't a really good year for games for me personally, because out of these 10 games, there's 3 games that I really like on here. The rest of them I think are complete shit, to be fair and honest. Now, I will warn everyone right now, if you are easily offended, especially by people that might dog a game that you happen to like, this probably isn't the video for you. But I'll just let you know right up front, just because I make fun of a game and just because I hate a game and think it's stupid, that does not mean that I think you are stupid for liking the game. These just happen to be, 7 out of these 10 are just games that I think are just awful games. But they're huge games. They're franchises that people absolutely love, and I'm just not into them. So, you know, we can agree to disagree. I'm not making fun of anybody that likes these games. I just think they are complete piles of shit. And I think at this time in 2000, I realized that I'm kind of my own breed when it comes to video games, because I don't like a lot of really big name games that, you know, a majority of the world obviously loves. So some of these games might shock you. Some of you might really love these games, but there's only 3 that I really like on here. So let's get into these top 10. I'm just going to let you know how many units each one sold that year. I'm not going to give the dollar amount, just the amount of units sold. So let's jump into this list. The year is 2000, and for some reason, with technology that's supposed to be exploding, we get a game like this. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters. This game sold 1.6 million units. At number 9, we have an extremely boring game. This is Pokemon Stadium. I mean, look at this shit. They're not even like really fighting each other. It's just stupid menu bullshit like this. Totally boring, but a lot of people loved it. It sold 1.7 million units. Alright, so at number 8, we have Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. Now get your tissues out, Zelda fans, because I personally think that Link is one of the worst video game characters ever. I think he is nothing more than a glorified garden gnome who sounds like he's getting pegged every time he grunts, but this game sold 1.8 million units. At number 7, we finally have a game I can get behind. This game was badass, and that is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. This game sold 1.93 million units. At number 6, we have the second game that I really enjoyed, and that was Gran Turismo 2. And this game sold 1.97 million units. At number 5, we have the final game on this list that I did enjoy, and that was Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. And this game sold 2.3 million units. At number 4, we have too much chit chat and practically no action whatsoever, just boring, and that's Final Fantasy IX, and this game sold 3.6 million units. At number 3, we have another game where I must have missed where the excitement is, and that is Dragon Quest VII, and this game sold 3.9 million units. At number 2, we have What the fuck? A Pokemon series, actually, of red, blue, and yellow, and these games sold 5.7 million units. And at number one in the year 2000, apparently this is the best they had, and that is Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal. These games sold 7.4 million units. I'm at a loss of words, man. All right, so those are the top 10 games of 2000. Honestly, I think that might be the worst top 10 that I've showed so far of best selling games in certain years. This was just a really bad year for video games. Um, you know, I'm just not into games that have like a menu, like fighting sequence. So I'm not real sure how Pokemon got so big. I think those games are like trash. I really don't understand how they sell so well and they're still selling well. People love Pokemon. Like I said, I think that I am a rare breed of gamers because most people do like games like Pokemon. I'm just not into that shit. Now I did buy my kids a bunch of Pokemon stuff when they were younger, for their handhelds, their DSs, their Game Boys, and shit like that. And they didn't like them. They played them once. And I did try these games out for myself because I don't like to rip on a game until I try it myself. I have played these Pokemon games. They're just awful games, man. I had no fun with them. I get why they didn't have fun with them. They're boring. They're just completely boring. And then I know I ripped on uh, the Legend of Zelda. When the Legend of Zelda came out on the original NES, everyone was creaming their jeans over that game. Meanwhile, I could give two shits about that game. I was playing games like Metroid and Rygar and Faxanadu. Those were my style of games. Now, granted, I will give Zelda credit. I think it was ahead of its time. I think it was put together really good. I just didn't like the game. And I think the big thing was Link, the character. I do not like Link as a character. I think he is an awful character. Like I said, to me, he's a glorified garden gnome, and he does sound like he's getting pegged every time he grunts. So that gets annoying to me. And then, like Final Fantasy, it just reminds me of, I guess, what, anime? And I know a lot of people love anime, and I noticed a lot of people that like anime like games like that. I can't stand anime. I have tried watching so many different anime flicks, and I think they're dumb. I don't like the artwork. I think the movies are stupid. So naturally, if a game looks like that, I'm probably not gonna like it. And I try going into games with an open mind, but man, I don't know. I have a low tolerance for bullshit, and I think a lot of these games that were on this list are bullshit, and that's just to me. If you guys like them, cool. I'm not ripping on you. I'm ripping on the games. It's okay if you like them, cool, man. Everyone has their own preference. Obviously, tons of people love these games. They're fucking huge companies, so and huge titles. That's just the way it is, man. Not everyone's gonna like the shit, and I know I've got from a few people before, and this is off the subject. How can't you like Pokemon? Look at your YouTube name, dude. I had no idea that GameFreak was Pokemon's company name. I had no fucking clue on that whatsoever. Even though, like I said, I have a bunch of my kids' games. I never noticed Game Freak. I actually put it back in. I was like, holy shit, it does say Game Freak. I had no fucking clue. The reason I have Game Freak is because Freak was my stage name in my band, and this is My channel's about games, so I've said Game Freak. Now I changed it to the Game Freak, but that's a whole nother story because people were whining, pissing, and moaning that were big Pokemon fans because they came to my channel thinking, "Hey man, this guy must be all about Pokemon." No, I'm not about Pokemon. I think it's fucking stupid. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this top 10. Again, don't take offense to it. Don't take it personal. If you are taking it personal, pull the panties out of your ass and, man up or woman up, whatever. It's just my opinion. I don't like these games. I liked 3 of them. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. And if you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps out this channel a lot, and I greatly appreciate it. And until the next video, game on, everybody.